Welcome to a new episode of Just a Taste. This is a gaming news show where we'll go over all sorts of gaming related news from the past week. I'm your host, Saint Blessed Pretzel, and let's jump to the news. Very important news to start us with. This is the last week before the closure of the Wii U and 3DS eShops. For that reason, let's go over a few of my personal recommendations of games you might not want to forget before they close. First, obviously Pokemon games from X and Y to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, as well as the virtual console ports of Gen 1 and Gen 2. Also, even if Pokemon Bank is going free after the closure of the shop, be sure to download it beforehand and to download Poké Transporter for it, as they won't be downloadable if you don't already have them. There are also a few awesome Zelda games on the consoles, for example Link Between Worlds, 3D ports of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, as well as Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD on the Wii U. Also easy to forget, but the DS games Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Track are also available on the Wii U. Now let's quickfire some games you should have a look at, but I'm probably missing many. Tomodachi Life, Animal Crossing New Leaf, Metroid Samus Returns, the Ace Attorney series, the Professor Layton series, Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright, Xenoblade Chronicles X, the Fire Emblem games, the Shin Megami Tensei games, and the NES Remix games. Let's now get into the news for this week. The new puzzle action game Bayonetta Origins Sarissa and the Lost Demon has now been released. This new game shows the youth of Bayonetta, where she teams up with a Demontious Shire to try and become a witch to be able to save her mother. The new Metroidvania Vernal Edge has been released. This new action-packed game allows you to explore different floating islands in the order of your choice, and seems quite fluid and fast-paced. New songs have been added to Theatrhythm Final Bar line. These songs come from the game The World Ends With You and its sequel, and are now available. A new Legend of Heroes game, Trails to Azure, is now available. This new entry in the long-running Trails RPG series is now available on PlayStation, Switch, and PC. 4 new games are now available for Nintendo Switch Online members. Kirby Dream Land 2 and Burger Time Deluxe on the Game Boy, Side Pocket on the SNES, and Xevious on the NES. Season 9 of Sea of Thieves has been released. It adds a lot of quality of life changes and new content to explore, such as new types of chests and new balance changes to world events to adapt them to the size of your crew. The link to the full patch notes will be in the description. The new WWE 2K23 has been officially released. The city building game Anno 1800 is now available on consoles. It is also free to try until the 23rd, so if you're curious, give it a try. New game for the PlayStation Plus game catalog have been announced for the month of March. This includes games such as Ghostwire Tokyo, Life is Strange True Colors, Street Fighter V, Champion Edition, and Neo, The World Ends With You, all available for PlayStation Premium and Extra Member. The full list will be in the description, along with the list of retro PlayStation games available to Premium members. A new update is coming to Ghostwire Tokyo. Releasing on April 12th, the new update is called Spider's Thread and will add new areas, new missions, new powers, new collectibles, new enemies, and a new roguelike mode. This also matches with the release of the game on the Game Pass. The next Splatfest has been announced. This time, players will debate about which cryptids are real, Nessie, aliens, or Bigfoot. The Splatfest will begin on March 31st and end on the 2nd. Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins will finally be available on Steam on April 6th. And also the game is at a permanent discount now, so if you've been waiting to pick it up, now's the time. Xbox has made a new deal with Boosteroids, an Ukrainian cloud gaming platform, to allow them to stream Xbox PC games and upcoming Activision games following their acquisition. This is definitely interesting, especially following Xbox's recent deal with Nintendo, and their commitment to bring games to people where they want to play them is commendable. Meet Your Maker, the upcoming building and raiding game by Behavior, will be releasing day 1 on the PS Plus on April 4th. Speaking of, a future collaboration with another game by the same developers, Dead by Daylight, has been announced. Details are not yet available, however. A first gameplay trailer for Hyper Light Breaker has been announced. This new game taking place in the Hyperlight universe will be an open world 3D adventure game, which is an interesting shift from the original's 2D gameplay. The subject of the next update of Dwarf Fortress has been announced. The upcoming baby update will add a ton of new baby and child sprites for every living thing in the game to help differentiate between the different ages of beings in the game. Here are a few highlights of what you should keep an eye out for in the next week. The new tropical open world adventure game Chia will be released on PlayStation on the 21st. The 2D roguelike Have a Nice Death will come to the Switch on the 22nd. Resident Evil 4 Remake will be released on Friday, along with Atelier Ryza 3, Alchemist of the End and The Secret Key. We have now reached the end of today's show. If you learned something new, or if you have games you want me to cover in the future, leave a comment and I will have a blast reading them. I will also always try to leave as many links to the description to the different news I've covered, so if some of the news got you hungry for more, go have a look down there. And while there, grab a free like and subscribe shaped candy, they're delicious. See you guys next week, and remember, this was just a taste.